Hello guys, it's the 49th Gunner back for some Champions League Blues post-game analysis. Firstly, I'm sorry if you can hear a vehicle outside. I think there's a tractor on one of the fields nearby. Apologise for that. Get straight on with talking about the game. A very, very disappointing game yesterday. Going to the Stade delay was never going to be an easy task. I think any team sort of with a squad that, their longest serving player had been there for 4 seasons, I think. So they were desperate. They played against a team that were very, very experienced, with Arsenal. And I think to do that at home and play the way they did, they constantly put pressure on us. Their players were playing like their wives were going to leave them if they didn't win. I think they attacked. They had so much threat all over the pitch. They were putting in 100% effort, and I don't think Arsenal really played with that same, skill and dedication as the Lens team did. I have to give credit to them. I think they played absolutely brilliantly. We played them before, Lens. We played them in 1998, 2000, 2002. It's been 21 years since we've been back there. I was optimistic for the game. Here in the stadium was fiercely loud, and the home support they were sort of amped up beyond belief. And I saw the highlights. The flags were being waved all game. Their fan base, their home fan base, they were so dogged. They were just constantly always being loud, and they really, really looked impressive. They had a good header early, some shots, some crosses. The pressure piled up. However, Jesus scored for us. Saka, who I'm going to get on to discussing a bit more later. Saka assisted Jesus' goal, and that came early. But unfortunately, the score finished 2-1. We picked up a nice, relatively early one through Jesus, but they had some absolutely fantastic goals scored. Their first goal was absolute class passing play, and their second goal was finished by Ahmed, who's a fantastic young player. They have some fantastic players, and I wasn't quite as aware of their squad before, but I will be. Apparently they've done very well in the French league in recent years, and they're a team. I'd rather see a team like them do well than like PSG, because I think PSG, it's very similar to City. PSG have sort of come out of nowhere when I think it was Lyon were sort of the big name before, and now PSG are like the kind of team you expect to win everything every season. So yeah, I'd like to see Nice do well. I'd like to see them do well in their remaining games in the Champions League, except for us at the Emirates. And I have to pay respect to them. Trossard and Tomiyasu had chances at the end. Tomiyasu's chance in particular was particularly I don't know how that didn't go in, to be honest. That was probably the most frustrating chance for me we didn't put in. What's it going to take for Tomiyasu to score his first goal if he's not going to score in that? No negativity thrown towards Tomiyasu, though. Tomiyasu is quality. But the big problem I had, Saka again being overused. Saka's always picking up injuries. He's always limping now. He's always picking up knocks, and he always looks like he's physically struggling a lot in many games played. And he was brought off. I don't think it was a bad idea to bring him off. Of course not. But I think maybe, like I've said before, he should be protected more. And in his place, we brought on Vieira, which to me, doesn't make any sense. Like I say, you know, I've mentioned exactly who I think should be playing and spending more time. Reiss Nelson should be spending more time on the pitch. I think Reiss should have been brought on. I don't really understand that one myself. Who am I to question Mikel Arteta, of course, but I think Saka is being overplayed and overused, and I know he's a star player, but he can't be a star player if he's, you know, going to pick up injuries, going to get hurt. Eventually his injuries are going to get worse and worse. If he's not rested, you know, he's not going to be able to play. It's just common sense at this point. So I believe that, you know, we're going to struggle now against Man City. I think Man City is going to be a difficult game for us without Saka. I'm not really looking forward to the game on the weekend, to be honest. Despite that, I will be supporting them as ever, as I do every single game. Like I say, yeah, Havertz had a volley as well. It's another little thing. It was a good volley, quite well controlled. It didn't look really too, you know, it didn't look too scary for the keeper. The keeper was fantastic as well, much like the Tottenham goalkeeper was. Yeah, so I think that it's a real shame, but at the same time, I think that game has shown, now we've been in that place, you know, physically, we've seen how we've got to play. We've got to play dogged, we've got to play like that. And even with our list of, you know, games coming up, we've still got to play, especially in the Champions League. Of all competitions, the Champions League is the one we need to be playing like Lens did, and credit to them. I think they, you know, deserve to be top of the group at the moment. They're currently top with 4 points. We're second with third, in case you didn't know that. Or, you know, you may not have seen the table. You know, there are people that may not have seen what the table looks like. Yeah, so we're still in it. We're still in it, hopefully, to win it. Hopefully we'll finish top of that group. But yes, like I say, I think there's going to be many good games to come in the Champions League. I'm worried about Man City. I think Man City is going to be very, very difficult, but we'll get to that when it comes. We definitely need to bolster. That's why I made the Ivan Toney video. If you've watched that before, then thank you for watching that. But yeah, the Ballard-de-Lally, I think is how you pronounce the name, Ballard-de-Lally Stadium. And it's going to be another, what, 15 or 20 years before we get to go back there and, you know, get our revenge. So let's hope, you know, we can beat them at the Emirates at least. But yeah, like I say, we'll keep our heads up, keep positive. There are lots of positives to come from the game. Jesus' goal was really good. He was unlucky not to score a few. Smith Rowe had a couple of chances. You know, Smith Rowe's looking like he's getting a bit more confidence back, which is fantastic. Yeah, so but a disappointing result. But anyway, we move on. And now we got them blooming annoying Man City players up next. Anyway, we'll talk about that when it comes. But yeah, hopefully I'll have a smile on my face. Not looking forward to that one. Right, anyway, I've been your boy Gunner, the 49th Gunner. It's because my nickname, everyone calls me Gooner, so I'm like, oh, it throws me off. I always say like Gunner or Gooner first, because that's just my nickname to a lot of my friends. Yeah, anyway, right, 49th Gunner. If you've liked and subscribed, I appreciate it. Thank you very much. Come on, you Gunners. On to the next one, eh?